I'm going to show you something cool in the Croc monitor enclosure that I found. Look at this. Do you see what I got? I took the entire trunk. This whole trunk is hollow. I thought, hey, let's give her a really cool piece of furniture here that she can use. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm hanging out here with Nostradamus, and there's Darwin and Socrates over there. And I've got this water situation here. This is the original, this was actually the first episode of Kamp Kenan ever, was creating this water hole here. And unfortunately, it's really caused nothing but problems, to be perfectly honest, because it doesn't drain properly. The water pools, I have a hard time keeping it really nice and clean, and it's kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest. These guys really don't use it as much as I had wanted them to, and I don't like this. It's just eyesore in my opinion. So what I want to do, I'm going to do something very simple today. I'm basically going to use a design that I had gotten from my buddy Sam Pascucci. Basically, it's a concrete mixing tub, and it is going to be easy to clean. The tortoises will be able to stick their heads in it and drink from it. The only downside, friends, is that I do like the fact that they get a water hole over here. So I've got to debate what I want to do, and I'm going to debate with you on camera. I'm thinking this, fills up. I might have to run some line in the future. Probably not today, but I would probably run some line that goes over there to flood that so they can get a mud hole. But what I'll do is I'll put it on a little bit of a just basically a valve that when I feel like opening the valve to flood their home, they can get it. When I shut it, they're going to be getting water from here. But first, what I'd really like to do is just get the water going in here. I think it's just the most important thing for these guys to have fresh, clean water, and that's what I am going to do. And in fact, it's kind of easy for me to put it right over here, because it will, in fact, be easier for me to just create a couple of right angles with the poly tube there, and using some elbows, and then bam, they've got themselves a clean source of water, and they'll always have to pass it. So I'm gonna probably rake this out, clean it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna plumb it, and we're gonna cut this back, and my goodness, that's what we're gonna do. Now, here's a thought I did have though. I am going to be getting a lot of soil and rock and stuff like that. I think I'm going to fill this whole thing in, okay? So I'm going to fill this in so it doesn't collect water anymore. And what we'll then do is we'll use it as a plateau to feed the animals, okay? I'll put their food on top of here in their dishes, so they'll have to walk up to get that exercise that I like those Galapagos tortoises to get. And that's what I'll do, but we're not going to be able to do that today because I don't have a front end loader, and that would make this job go super duper easy. So right now we are going to do that, and then I'm going to show you something cool in the Croc monitor enclosure that I found, and I'll explain it to you in just a bit. But for right now, let me get to work on this first little project to make these guys, look at it, he gets the drink out of there, but we're gonna get them an even better situation right here. So it looks less naturalistic, but it is much more simple, and it'll be better for the tortoises. So let's get right to it. Well, somebody's already found the water. And what looks like's happening here is this is a big old creature, so it's tipping it up. So I may have to come up with a plan to kind of keep it anchored into the ground, and I think I have just the thing to do that. But in the meantime, you can see now how this is going to fill up. It's nice clean water. Some of it will overflow, no big deal. Let's see what these guys are going to do with it as they kind of figure it all out over here. I love that they're that curious. They want to see what I'm up to at all times. Look at Nostradamus. What a beautiful boy, rather. Sorry about that, Nostradamus. What a beautiful dude. So that is awesome, and he's drinking up. And I don't know if you guys know this about Aldabra tortoises. They can actually bring water in through their nostrils. It's an adaptation that they have because where they live, there's really no fresh water unless it rains. They have these very small atolls or coral outcroppings that make small islands that are just above sea level. So there's not a lot of fresh water. What they do is they take their nares and they're able to put them into the little cracks that collect fresh water in the coral stone. So that is pretty amazing adaptation, whereas the Galapagos tortoise just dunks her whole head in, and she's gonna have to get a drink that way. But again, what's really cool is they are noticing the fact that they've got fresh water here. And what I'm gonna need to do is anchor this down. We're gonna have to put a couple of pieces of rebar or some kind of metal stakes, and then I'll drill into them, and that should do it. That will definitely keep this anchored into place, because I think as they move by, especially this big lady right here, they're gonna move this around, and I don't really want that to happen. But I am pretty stoked. It's a simple design. We're gonna totally change this and turn it into a plateau. And then when I have a little bit more time, I'll just tap back into this and run the poly tube around the, we'll dig and run it around the old water hole into their mud pit, which they love. They absolutely love mud pits. So look at them drinking. This is what makes me happy. The fact that they got fresh water right now. It's on a timer on my irrigation system, which is pretty cool. And this means that every night fresh water is going to get put into here, because every night around 1 a.m. the pump comes on and it cycles through and gives the plants water, it gives Cayman Creek water, it gives all the front turtle ponds water. So that's pretty cool. But as you can see, these guys are digging it. And another thing, new tortoise owners realize, they're like, oh my God, is my tortoise dying, when they drink, because they stick their entire heads underneath the water to suck up as much water as they can, and they just sit there for a long time. So don't worry about that. That's a normal thing for tortoises to do that. It's an incredible occurrence when you see a tortoise really taking in long drafts of water. Look at this. How cool. I love watching them drink. I love watching them do absolutely everything because they're so interesting. How you doing there, Darwin? You happy about this new thing? It's very simple. You can't get muddy, kiddo, but you're gonna get fresh, clean water, and I don't have to worry. It'll be much, much easier for me to keep it clean, which was the whole mission. So it looks like Nostradamus got a nice little bit of water, and it looks like Socrates is still trying to figure out exactly what's going on here, but this thing's gonna keep going. It's gonna fill up, and as it gets higher, it's gonna be easier for the tortoises to get water. They want to stick their heads way down over that lip. Have you figured it out yet, lady? Come on. Come on over here. Look, it's water. And another way you can get tortoises to drink is if you suspend the hose and they see the agitation. You see this? You see how she's realized, oh, wait a minute, that's water. This is new. So if you can suspend the drip system, it'll agitate the water, and they realize, oh, okay, that's a puddle. It simulates raindrops because most of the time they're getting fresh water when it rains. So it's just one of the ways you guys can initiate some kind of drinking, so that every time the hose comes on, boom, this happens, and they hear the water, they see the water surface being agitated, they also see the water pouring out of the poly tube, and like I said, it kind of stimulates them, and you're seeing it happen in real time. So that's pretty cool. She's got to figure everything out, and we've got to work out this whole situation. I think I have a nice metal stake that I can drive into the ground and then screw into the wood that I've reinforced the plastic tub with. These are just very simple concrete mixing tubs. You can get them for a few dollars at Home Depot or Lowe's or any hardware store. And they come in handy. They're great for a couple of little baby turtles or tortoises. You can set it up as a simple enclosure. But when your animals get bigger, it's also a pretty cool situation for them as far as a water hole. So I'm happy. It was very simple. We got it done quickly. Not much of a time lapse on this one. You can see the tortoises ate the other day, so their food is all flipped over. But look at this. I'm just super happy that they're figuring things out. And let's see how she negotiates this area with this water hole here, this new water bowl, if you will. And like I said, I think it'd be smart if I drove a stake into here and then screwed it into there with a deck screw, and that would hold it in place much better. So I think that's going to be the next program. But there's something else I want to show you guys here on this episode. And it's something pretty cool that I found just by mistake. I was using the excavator and I knocked down an old palm tree. And I noticed the palm tree was hollow. So I thought, this is too good to throw away. What can I do with it? So let me go show you and see what's happening over there. But first, we'll say goodbye to these guys. All right, kids, I hope you guys are happy. We're gonna let this fill up. I'm gonna take my irrigation bucket. Oh no, I knocked a few things over. Let me pick these up real quick. Got all the little adapters and different pressure compensators and valves and all sorts of good stuff. It's fun, believe it or not. It's kind of fun to use this. Oh, I'm gonna knock these things off. Oh, it's a big problem. Big to do. All right, we're cleaning up. We're cleaning. I'll come back and get these here in a little while. I like order as best I can. All right, let me take you guys on another walk and we'll go over to Chase and Diamond's house and I'll show you what I did. Pretty stoked. It's been real hot here. It's the end of the summer season here in Florida. And it won't be until about November that things really cool off around here. So it's been in the 90s. So you got to wait until afternoon, till a little bit later in the day before you can get any meaningful hard work done. But hey, the struggle is real here. Hurricanes, heat, humidity, it's Florida. Here's the warehouse looking good. I was able to get that all done and cleaned and that's looking good, but I'm really excited to show you guys this. This is pretty cool. These are just some of those happy accidents that happen when you're doing yard work. And I always say, guys, get out there in your yards if you have them. Get out there, see what's going on, because you may find little bits of genius. And look at this. Do you see what I got? I took the entire trunk. This whole trunk is hollow. It is a hollow trunk, and here she goes. Is she gonna go in it? Has she been digging it? Because if we come on this side, you guys can see this thing's hollow. Is anybody in there? I don't know, but let's go on in and I'll show you. I'm pretty stoked on this whole situation. I think it looks good too. Just sitting over some of the branches that I created a platform for. And I gotta tell you, the Croc monitors are amazing. And he's on the ground and I'm in sandals, but we're gonna go for it. What kind of moods are we in, kids? Hopefully we're in good moods. I'm just gonna hang out here, but I might make a hasty getaway if he's attracted to my feet. I definitely don't want him biting my feet. But anyway, here we are. Here he is. They're out and about right now. Oh man, I just gotta be super careful because I don't have the right clothing on. Normally they're high up and I don't know if we trust each other that much yet. Big trust issues here. Let's see. Let me get down on his level. There he is. Look at how big and beautiful he is, man. That is an awesome lizard. Whew, Chase is no joke, people. That is a big, beautiful Croc monitor. And then up there, you really see that Diamond, she likes to stay high up there. What you doing, Chase? You in a good mood? What kind of friends? Are we going to be friends? Am I going to have to bop you? Huh? Man, this is one of those moments. I am completely, oh man, it's just one of those moments for me that I got a bike race. I don't want to do it without a foot. There's no food today, buddy. No food today. Whew. Man, it's hot. No. I don't even have a little stick to kind of help out. All right, I think he's understanding that those are my feet, which is nice. We don't want him. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's good, Chase. Good boy. That's great. He was just a little curious, and we both learned something today. We both learned a little bit of trust. I just got out of his way. It's just not worth it for me when I'm in sandals to take that chance. I just wanted to get out of his way. I moved calm and deliberately, but he seems to understand that these are my feet and this is not food. So that's a good sign. Let's see what she does. They're very active today. As I said, it's hot and humid. These guys love that hot heat and humidity. Look at this guy. How cool is that, man? I'd say that the trust is building between us. I get in here a little bit more often. I kind of hang out with them. Look at her way up there. Look at him climbing up there. Now she's a little spindly, this girl, man. She's a little sketchy. She's, you know, you get her on the wrong day and she's just a little spindly. So I'm gonna stand up. Let's see what she's doing. Are you coming over here? I ain't got no food. It's not a food day. This is not a food day. This is a visit. Okay? So you got to be a good girl. But that tongue flicking, that's curiosity. That's good. We like curiosity. She's going to flick on the camera here. Good girl. I like it. I'm okay with you. I'm all right with you, Val. Look at that. Don't get my fingers. All right, just checking out the camera. Let's go over here and check out. Look at how big he is. Look at, now you're really getting an idea of just how long the croc monitors are and what's she up to. This seems to have collapsed a little bit, but this is kind of like good nesting material. I thought, you know what, maybe she'll lay eggs in this. They are a tree monitor, so they do want to lay their eggs in hollowed out logs and things of that nature. So I thought, hey, let's give her a really cool piece of furniture here that she can use. And that's she curling that tail. She's a little nervous curling that tail, but I think it's cool. It's even got those ferns on it. They were growing off of it. Let's see if I can just kind of, I wonder if there's a way to open this up a little bit, because it is really cool in there. Oh, she's coming back. No, no, no. Oh, they're amazing. This is amazing, huh? What do you think, kid? Now, yesterday I did see her go in it, which was pretty cool. They can sunbathe on top of it. Just an amazing addition to their arboreal habitat, you know? Really, really cool. Look, she wants to kind of put a little space between me because I think she wants to cross over here. Let's see. We're close. We're pretty close together, so we'll see exactly what she's up to. What you doing? But again, you can kind of see all the detritus that has fallen off the log. If it rots out, who cares? It creates a really cool bedding on the ground. And in the meantime, this is hollow. It's hollow, and it's a pretty cool kind of piece of furniture, in my opinion. Look at how calm he is. I really am psyched that he and I had that little moment a while ago where he walked around. You got to put yourself out there sometimes. You got to trust. Again, little difficult to trust when you got your feet exposed. If I had covered shoes, I'd be a little bit braver and see if I'd let him kind of touch the foot, you know, touch the shoe. But it's all about being smart and being calm, and that's what we were doing. So pretty awesome. I'm going to come up here, see if he's will allow me to get close to him while he's sunbathing. There we go. Like I said, we're building trust. I think he seems pretty good. I wonder if we're okay for a touch. We okay? We all right? We okay? Guys, this is much, much better than we've been in the past, huh? What do you think? I think it's starting to happen. I think the trust is really starting to happen. So that's awesome. Now, I definitely can't put hands on her. She's just not in that way. Now, again, I got to silence my phone. We're not going to take a phone call right now. That's not going to happen. But my goodness, pretty excited to be in here with these guys. And it's always cool because I wind up having, oh, this is not good. This is rotting. You hear that? Oh, there. I don't want to step on that and fall through. I'm going to have to replace that board. Eesh. But anyway, here we are. Just gentle. All right, he gave me a little huff. Little huff. All right. We won't push it. We just won't push it. We do a little bit, little touching, a little petting on his tail, me talking at this volume, hanging out in here with them. Let's see where she goes. Super active lizards. I love monitor lizards. They're the best. I think she wants to go in her house where she feels safe. She's got that tail curl, but his is not. So that's good. That's good news. So what's she gonna do? I think she's just looking to see if I've got food. She knows when I come in here I've got food, and they'll be fed here in another day or so. Probably some rodents this time around. They've been eating fish, they've been eating poultry, things like that, but we'll give them a nice fat rodent. So that's amazing, man. But what do you guys think? Do you like my little, my new little hide for them? I mean, they can kind of get up and out this. I want to rip it a little bit so that you can see. I don't mind. See, this is the great thing. See, it's collapsed a little, but there's that hole. See that? So they can kind of explore in there. Like I said, this material, pretty good stuff. If she wants to lay eggs, that would be where I'd want to lay them. So who knows? Who knows? But it's awesome, man. I love it in here. It's cool that I get to hang out with these guys and they're doing so well. So I'm super excited and grateful to be working with these croc monitors and providing them with a really cool habitat. So good for them. Loving it. And of course we still have their old box with the heat in there. Once we get into the winter, you know, we'll have to continue to keep them nice and warm, but that's okay. Let me see if I stand up here again, what kind of mood she's in. Oh, there you go. So see, they let you know, hey, I didn't like that, but that's okay. We're just gonna relax and just keep her doing her thing. What a beautiful lizard, that tongue flicking all over the place, getting senses. I don't think she's gotten much bigger. What do you guys think? I think this is going to be her max size. She eats quite a lot. Haven't seen her get any larger than this. So she is an adult female, but of course the males get much larger. I have seen much bigger females. Crutchfield, Tommy Crutchfield's got a larger one. Let's see what she does with this. Do you know that that's not food? What do you think? Are you going to bite it? No? Smart lizard, good lizard. Good lizard. Very good. All right, let's see. I think it's time to go in. It would be cool if I can wind up becoming friends with the both of them. I don't know if I'd want these guys climbing on me, even if we are friends, because those talons, those claws are really like talons. They can shred you up. Look at how easily she moves around. I mean, this is so cool. When we were in Reptilandia in Johnson City, Texas earlier this year, I was so inspired by what this one's cracking too. These two need to be replaced. So does my sandals. Oh, everything's falling apart on me, but at least the animals are in good shape. Yeah, when I went to Reptilandia, I was inspired by that enclosure. I'd like to build something larger and taller for these lizards. I think that would be amazing. It would be something I'd want to do, and I think I know just a guy to help me do it. My friend Ruben might be the guy to talk to about creating. He does pole barns, so I was wondering maybe I could build something in the middle here, a circular type structure that goes high, okay, really high, with a little water at the bottom, and then maybe we do some kind of viewing platform high up so that you can walk up and see them at height. And it would be really cool if I could get a tree in there, so that they can have more vertical space rather than horizontal. So I don't know, that could be cool, and then we can use this enclosure for someone else. But anyhow, that's my plans, people. I love it. I love these animals. I love making their lives better. It was just a little thing that I thought you guys would like to see in this episode. So we got a lot done this episode. What's up, Chase? What's up, Diamond? What's up, Log? And we also got to see the Galapagos tortoises and just did something that had to be done for them. So I'm happy, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys that clicks on these videos and watches the daily happenings here at Kamp Kenan. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the support over the years. We are at it 11 years. 11 years? 11 years. Can you believe that? Still going, still making videos, still having fun, and most importantly, still educating and still keeping our animals happy and healthy. See you later.